Been having a lot of fun with Playboy the last few days. We've been doing lots of revision of the new skills that he's been learning and just getting him more and more comfortable with handling and being in this domestic world. It's really nice to see so many people enjoying the videos and enjoying watching Playboy's progress from wild to wonderful. We really appreciate you getting involved and sharing the videos. So we'll see how he goes today. If everything feels right, I will put the saddle on him. I say if everything feels right because it's really important for me to work with the horse that I have with me on the day. I don't pull him out of the paddock and have something set firmly in my mind that I'm going to achieve. If he feels ready, if he feels comfortable, I will bring the saddle over to him and start that process with him. But if he doesn't feel right, then I'll work on something else until he is ready. Good boy. So Playboy is tracking me nicely there. He's really learning to stick with me. So the disengagement of the hind end is really important for safety. I really want my horse to be happy to softly bend around and step across with that inside hind. When I get on, that'll be the first thing that I ask of Playboy, is to do this step across behind. This makes it more difficult for him if he were going to do something silly like buck, rear, bolt. It just takes away that engagement of the hind end to really push off and use his powerhouse, his hind quarters. Let him have a little sniff, check it out. Good boy. He's kind of generalized a lot of this stuff now as his confidence builds. When you first approach a horse with things, if something's slightly different, they'll often notice and react. Once they start to get comfortable, they generalize, and that confidence from one item transfers over to others. There he's not sure again. He can be pretty sensitive around his belly, his elbow, his flank. He has had a little nip at me the first time I touched his flank. He's just a bit protective of those vulnerable areas of his body. Good boy, Playboy. Good boy, buddy. He doesn't seem too concerned about that. Good job. Good boy. So I've just got this old saddle that I like to put on my horses that are getting saddled for the first time. I don't want to go too tight, but I want to go tight enough that if he does have an issue, my saddle's not going to slip around on him. So I'm just trying to keep him away. I don't want to pull him towards me. So he's handling that all really well. He's really calm about it. He's not looking too tense or anxious about the saddle being there. I'm really happy to see that. Oh, good boy. So I'll do the same thing on this side. Flap this stirrup around. He's doing really well with that. Little taps on his back. So there, he's doing better. He's starting to blink. You can see his nostrils working a little bit more now as he's breathing a bit more. There, nice blinks, that's good. Give him a rub, let him feel good about it. I'm gonna rock that saddle a little bit. Even though he's stationary, I can affect his balance. You can see there, his weight's moving from foot to foot. I'm affecting his balance. He's moving his feet to try and get comfortable and to try and figure out what I want. But we can really affect a horse's balance, and we have to be really aware of that when we're riding. Really important for us to try and stay as centered and balanced ourselves to help our horse, especially a little guy like this. Just going to get a little bend there, just like I did when I was getting on him bareback. And I'm just going to bounce. Good boy, Playboy. Well done. So put in the stirrup, bounce, a little bit of weight, a little bit of weight. Good boy. Wait, hold, release. Good. Good boy. Good boy, Playboy. So there's a lot of preparation gone into this moment. Lots of preparation. You can see flexion. That was one of the first things we learned. I was working on this before I even had the halter on Playboy. A lot of preparation to go into the saddling, getting him used to touch, getting him used to pressure around his belly, getting him wearing the roller, getting him used to different objects near his body. Then the preparation for the bouncing and the jumping and him holding my weight bareback. There's been a lot happening to get him to this point. He's been really, really good with this so far. And part of that is his nature, but part of that also comes down to setting them up to succeed, setting them up to have a good experience. I didn't just throw a halter on this horse and throw a saddle on him. I've spent 11 days now preparing for this moment to make sure that he has as much experience to empower him with the confidence that he needs to get through it. He's doing really well. I'm really, really pleased with him today. Really pleased with the progress. He's just proving himself to just be a fairly consistent, sensible little guy. Good boy. I think that'll do. Good job. Good job, Playboy. First saddling. Pretty nice. I'm really, really happy with how he went with it all. He didn't have any major fear or anxiety. He just walked off and seemed fairly relaxed considering this whole new object strapped to him. He's coming along beautifully. I think that he's a wonderful little horse. I'm really impressed. I'm really grateful to work with him. It's a pleasure every day to come out and play and explore, and he's really taken to all of this very well. And I'm looking forward to the next few months of the Australian Brumby Challenge. Good boy, bud. Good boy.